I fear I might never leave these woods, or that I might run out of shelter building resources when this holiday event ends. But I fear most of all that
Hello all, I am LugagTv, and I would like to welcome you to this, our Hardcore Ironman series, episode 7. For those of you that may remember from our previous episode, we wanted to get splitbark armor, which required us to complete the Shades of Morton quest. However, before we did that, we had to go on several tangents to complete the family crest quest to get the cooking gauntlets so that we could cook up the lobsters that we fished up while I was editing the previous videos. We currently have 5,900 cooked lobsters, that's 5.9k, and I would like to tackle the Shades of Morton quest. Now, you see me here mining silver ore because I don't know when, but Jagex made it so Jade bracelets now have the possibility of completely building up one of the Shades of Morton temple walls, whereas before, doing that portion of the quest by yourself was nearly impossible. In addition, there is also the shade luring dummy you can buy from an NPC over in Morton for 15,000 gold. I don't know how practical it is, but if we need to use it, then, you know, that's an option for us. After completing that quest, I would also like to do the Haunted Mines quest so that we could do the minigame most efficiently to try to get the cloth we need for the splitbark armor. And that's our current goal, so let's see if we can get it done. We are currently geared for the Haunted Mine quest because we were able to do that one first, so that's what we're going to do. That way it will aid us in the Shades of Morton quest as well as minigame, and we'll knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Haunted Mines quest started. I don't know if I can do this quest. This song is spooky too. Hear that intense fight music? God dang, this is gonna be an intense fight. Bastard's playing with me. You will die at my hand. Where'd you go? He keeps running away. I can't hit him. Almost there, come on. We got him. That fight is always more intense than it needs to be just because of the fact that he keeps going underground. Gosh, dang, I hate him. And just like that, we complete the quest and get 22,000 strength experience. I forgot about that entirely, but how much does that raise our strength level? Alright, here, let's see it. We need level 35. Alright, whatever. You're kidding me right now. You're not allowed to use the strength XP lamp until level 35, but you're not allowed to bank it. I'm pretty sure that if you were to destroy it, you just don't get it back. So I guess that means we're going to have to do either the Fight Arena quest or the Grand Tree quest, or is it the Waterfall quest? Either way, one of them to get us up to level 35 so we can actually use this lamp, because I'm not going to destroy it. That's just, it seems like such an oversight, because I'm pretty sure in old school RuneScape, that's not an issue. Alright, let's start the Waterfall quest, quickly knock this out, because I don't want to not get splitbark armor this episode. So let's do our best, let's go. I find it kind of smart to usually get duplicates of quest items, because you never know when you might accidentally lose one, so better safe than sorry. It just occurred to me that the tomb is very strict on what it allows you to bring into it. So if for some reason we are not allowed to bring this lamp, we're gonna have to figure out a different way. The moment of truth. Alright, no problem, no problem. I'm a happy man. Doing those god statues really helped out with allowing us to make this rope rack. You need 24 construction for it. We had just enough with 25. Is that over there where you get teleported to if you make a mistake on this puzzle right here? It must have been hidden before NXT, but now it looks like you see it. So I just put the necklace on the statue and now we're way over here. So we were over there, teleported over here. And if we mess up, we'll be teleported all the way over there. Like, I salute Jagex for being so resourceful with it, because like in old school RuneScape, you'd have no idea. But with NXT, you see it all. Bada bing, bada boom. A beautiful amount of experience. Some gems and whatnot. Let's see what we get. Alright, so we got 6 attack levels, 11 strength levels, but we're still 2 strength levels short, so we will have to do something additional to get that 35 to use our lamp. Check this out. I wonder if they know. I looked at the list of the quests that give strength experience, and it looks like Scorpion Catcher is the winner. However, to do it we need to do the bar crawl, so it looks like montage time. Scorpion Catcher quest began. Now, this is a quick one. The guide says about 11 minutes, so let's see how fast. And we're done. We got our 36 strength. Now let's use this finally. Knocks us up to 42. Very nice, very nice. It is now our second highest combat stat. Well, I guess health, so, you know, still, the gains are incredible right now. And we're finally geared up and ready to go. Shades of Morton quest finally began. Accidentally killing one of the afflicted men. We got an easy clue scroll. I guess that's a sign that we have to do one. You're given the option to buy the Flame Tier Hammer, which helps in the building speed. I'm going to do it because, again, I'm by myself, so I kind of need it. Screw it, I'm going to buy a Shade Luring Dummy as well, because I don't want to risk using up the materials just to have to come back and spend more. I should have checked to see if anybody was here, because I don't think I'm going to need this dummy. I hate this activity so much that I'm going to make as much sacred oil as I can. That way I hopefully never have to be here again. We're putting on a little funeral pyre for our friend there.
I'll fly away.
That jerk gave us so much trouble. The physical embodiment of a headache that is known as the Shades of Morton quest is completed. Now we can do the minigame, unless we wanted to enchant our Salve Amulet, but I'm thinking let's give it a shot without the enchantment first. So after doing a little bit of research, there are 5 types of shades, of which the reward for the fine cloth that we need is said to be common with the 3rd type, which we can get from pyre funeral fires with willow logs. For us to do that, we need to get our fire making up to level 35, as well as our wood cutting to 30. So that should only take, you know, a split second, and then we'll be back on track. We now have the 35 fire making for the willow pyre fires, as well as 30 wood cutting for the willow logs. So we are A-OK, good to go. So genius me forgot to activate my microphone for the beginning of today's recordings. So unfortunately, the majority of the audio that was lost was all for the Shades of Morton minigame, but I'll do my best to post-humorously commentate. The concept for the minigame is very straightforward. You cremate shades to get different keys, and then different keys open up different chests, giving different rewards. There are 5 tiers of rewards, and the shades that we were cremating were giving us the tier 3 keys on average, which had a common drop rate for the fine cloth. Regarding the keys, there's 5 different types of metal that the key can be made out of, as well as 5 different colors that can be on the key's handle. The better quality metal that the key is made out of nets better rewards, whereas additionally, the color on the handle will also affect the quality of the rewards, red being the worst, whereas purple is the best. For the type of shade that we cremated, our average key was probably the black red. Our lowest was the steel black and our highest was the black crimson. Whereas it almost seemed as though the steel keys gave us fine cloth more often, which I found a little bit odd, but at that point I was just glad to be getting cloth. To cremate a shade to get a key, You first have to have the remains of a shade and then burn it on top of pyre logs, which you get by, in a way, upgrading logs using the sacred oil that you can get from the Shades of Morton minigame. However, we didn't have enough willow logs, so we had to keep going back to cut more because the amount of logs that I thought that we would need turned out to be drastically short. And so I had to make several repeat trips back to the willow logs, keep cutting more, until I eventually decided to just cut down a bunch, that way I don't have to come back. I also decided to complete the In Search of the Maracue quest, and then start In Aid of the Maracue quest, that way we had access to the bank in Bergderot. Otherwise we'd have to keep running back and forth from Canifis to restock on our logs and supplies. So I thought that this was a worthwhile endeavor, and it didn't take too long, so it was the route that we took. However, fixing up the village in Aid of the Maracue quest turned out to be a little bit more tedious, a little bit more troublesome than we originally anticipated, and so I actually had to make several return trips back to Bergderot before we finally had access to the bank, which was just really, really annoying, but we eventually got it out of the way for our benefit. I had to do this routine of getting sacred oil, willow logs, shade remains, cremating them, and opening the chest so much that I broke it down into a science, and I actually want to make a guide about it, regardless if people would be interested, because it's at first it seems like it's such an intimidating activity, and it is really annoying and really tedious, but it's simple when you get the hang of it. Because of how frequently we had to keep returning back to the willow trees, as well as the fact that we needed 45 wood cutting to get the bark from the hollow trees for the split bark armor, I was contemplating ways to upgrade from our steel hatchet to either a mithril or an adamantine hatchet, and aside from the possibility of getting a hatchet from this minigame, adamantine hatchets are also a common reward from medium clue scrolls, which is another reward from this minigame in which we already did get one. And so we took a quick detour to see if we could get that adamantine hatchet. I'll let you guys see for yourself if we had any luck. We did not. After returning back to the Shades for probably like a 4th or 5th time, we hit 60 magic, which if you guys remember from the previous episode was a goal we were going for. That way we could get the God Staff and God Cape, which would be a major upgrade to our current tier 30 Batwing, Wand, and Book. Even though the mage arena to get the God Staff and God Cape is found in the wilderness, I decided to brave it out and just run the short distance from the Edgeville Lever to the mage arena. The difficulty though was I don't have any prayer potions, and I forgot to recharge my prayer, but I did not want to go back, I didn't want to waste the time, even though it could have potentially have been a lifesaver. The actual fight in the mage arena was terrifying for me because for a while he was hitting me really hard really early on, and I could not find the exit. I thought there might be a lever or whatnot, and I was rotating my camera around until I eventually saw the ramp leading away from the fight, which you can run down to escape from the fight. But he was hitting me hard, and I did not have enough prayer, and I was not hitting him as frequently. So this was one of the few moments where I actually feared for my hardcore Ironman's life. Thankfully though, we did clutch it out and kill him, which then allowed us to upgrade to the God Staff and God Cape. At this time, I finally realized that my microphone was deactivated, and so all of the following clips will now have live commentary again.
This is LugagTv, and I'd like to thank you for listening to this post-humorous commentary.
I don't know about you guys, but I've always considered myself to be more aligned with Sarah Doman as far as Runescape theology goes. So here we go, our beautiful, beautiful cape, and now for our staff. Be flippin' beautiful. Upgrade! This new staff is so amazing. I love it. I've always loved it. Like, look at this, just constant 1500s. I love it. Alright, so from this set of keys, we only got 3 fine cloth again. So that means we have to do it probably 2. Ideally, just 1 if we can get 4. But we'll have to see. One actually good reward that we got though was this flame tier hammer. We already bought one, so now we get to elk this one, and elks for almost 8k, so I ain't complaining. I just got logged out after the 5 minutes of AFKing, and I lost 88% sanctity. We've gotten another medium clue scroll, so we might as well do it. Here is our reward. Not that bad, and I would really like the air battle staff. Addy 2H sword wouldn't hurt, but I'm gonna reroll it because, again, I want that hatchet, which we didn't get. We just hit our 900 milestone, getting 39 woodcutting, but yeah, 900 milestone. With this next log, we get 45 woodcutting. If we look here, we can now chop down hollow trees, which means we can get our bark for our split bark armor. So let's do that and call this episode to a close. I forgot how long it took to cut this Dr. Seuss looking wood. Been here for like 15 minutes and I've only gotten 6. I knew it was gonna take a while, but my word, it takes a while.
Dear Diary, it's now day 15 of chopping these hollow trees for their sought-after bark. I write in you now beside candlelight within a tiny shelter I've constructed out of a surplus of snow implings that fly by. I fear I might never leave these woods, or that I might run out of shelter building resources when this holiday event ends. But I fear most of all that after I do finish my objective here, I might not want to leave, for I feel as though these woods are becoming home.
Finally got our 10th. Let's go to Wizard's Tower. And let's finally do this. If you're an Ironman, stay away from this God-forsaken place. Boom. Boom. Not bad. Not bad at all.